My name is Jill Fuller, creator of MS Thinkology. I wanted to do a personal introduction to this video to introduce my latest discoveries about the brain. It has been a while since I've posted a new video on this channel, and that is because over the last few years I've come to understand that the brain often self-sabotages our best efforts to succeed and be happy. I believe it has a faulty operating system, which keeps you stuck in negative thinking and fear. Because of this, I have been reluctant to post any new videos until I developed a technique to override the brain's automatic fear-based responses. I am pleased to say this video will introduce you to a technique that will put you back in control of your brain's fear-based responses, to live the truth of who you really are, to realize your highest potential in everything that you do. I hope you enjoy the following video and it creates the miracles in your life as it is done with mine and my coaching clients.
Are you tired of living with that negative critic inside your head? Are negative thoughts and feelings derailing your life, potential, success and happiness? This video will show you how you can instantly transform your life and unlock your potential to live the life you want. You will learn how to reprogram your brain from its default fear-based state to one of love. No longer do you have to settle for a life where your power and potential is constantly hijacked and sabotaged by your fear-based brain. Why does your brain default to fear-based responses? You may or may not be aware that you have 3 brains and not one, 2 animal-based brains and 1 human brain. The reptilian brain was the first brain to evolve, followed by the mammalian brain and finally the human brain. The mammalian brain, which is the same as mammals, consists of the limbic system, which is better known as the emotional brain. This part of the brain contains your fight-flight responses. Its function is to keep you safe from physical attack. Very relevant back in the hunter and gatherer days when you were living in the wild and looking for food. However, it is very unlikely in today's world that you are going to face wild animals in your everyday living. Although you could be forgiven for thinking that some work environments feel like the Amazon jungle. With the evolvement of civilization, humans have taken the limbic system's primal survival instinct and reprogrammed it to react to anything that it perceives as a threat, regardless of whether it is a life or death situation. This often leads you to see threats where they do not exist. For example, your boss or spouse might make an innocent remark and you see it as an attack. Or you find yourself in an unfamiliar situation and you feel threatened, although there is nothing to be frightened about. The strange thing is most fears are irrational. They often have no basis in fact or truth. The big problem with this is your irrational fear-based responses compromise your ability to think and act clearly in the moment. Which brings us to the human brain. It evolved after the reptilian and mammalian brain, and it is designed to give you the ability to be rational, logical, problem-solve, and make good decisions. It is supposed to govern the mammalian brain's fear-based survival responses. However, the problem with this theory is that the human brain evolved after the mammalian brain. Therefore, the mammalian brain reacts first, sidelining your ability to remain logical and rational when you believe you are under threat. This is why you can have emotional knee-jerk reactions that come out of nowhere. If you want to test out how much fear governs your life, count the number of positive to negative comments and emotions you experience in any one day. Then take one negative thought and emotion and ask yourself, what fear sits behind this? For example, you could be angry at a work colleague for claiming your ideas as their own. The fear that sits behind this is you believe they could cost you a promotion or a pay rise. The fact is, if you're really good at your job, nothing is going to cost you a promotion or a pay rise. What will cost you is your attitude towards the other person that could lead you to display inappropriate behaviours that will cost you the pay rise or promotion. Most of your fears are unfounded, which you can see when you take the time to stop and bring them to the light of day. It is only when you believe your fears that they become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The truth is, fear will always compromise your ability to think clearly, problem solve and make good decisions, as well as sabotage your life. So the question becomes, how can you take back control of your brain's fear-based responses so that you can live a happy, successful and fulfilling life? The good news is there is a simple technique that is guaranteed to take you out of the clutches of your brain's fear-based automatic responses. I have been using this technique personally and also with my coaching clients for a number of years now. I can guarantee that it works every time if you use it consistently. Let me start by giving you an example. Andrew, as I will call him, had leadership aspirations. I encouraged Andrew to pursue his passion as everything indicated he had everything it takes to become an exceptional leader. Not long afterwards, Andrew got the opportunity to lead a large team on a probationary basis. Soon afterwards, Andrew began experiencing problems. The major issue was Andrew was promoted from within the team, and the people who were once his colleagues were now his subordinates. This did not go down well with some of the more senior and tenured team members, and they went out of their way to make things difficult for him. Andrew discussed with me that he was not coping very well with the situation, so I gave him some very simple advice. Just send them love. At first he just looked at me in disbelief, but I insisted that it was a proven method for overcoming difficult situations. It took him a while to get the hang of it, but once he did, things took a turn for the better. After 3 months, he was given the leadership position permanently and went from strength to strength. 12 months later, he was promoted again to a more senior leadership role. On discussing his new promotion with me, Andrew remarked, "You predicted this would happen when we first discussed my leadership aspirations." The best advice you gave me was to just send love to difficult people and situations. At first I struggled with this, but then I discovered that I had to believe it, and when I did, everything changed. Now, I cannot tell you completely why this technique is so powerful, but the results I have found speak for themselves. What I can say is there are numerous studies that confirm that love grows the brain and lack of love withers the brain. Brain science has not caught up with my findings yet, but I'm sure it will in the not-so-distant future. How the technique works. Every night and every morning, bring to mind the people that are disturbing your peace of mind. Then one by one, visualize the person's face and send them love. Even if you do not feel the love, it doesn't matter. Where love is concerned, it is just about the intention of sending love. You need only hold this vision for 20 seconds or so. It does not have to be long, such is the power of love. If it is a situation that is disturbing your peace of mind, visualize the situation and send that love. For example, if lack of finances is concerning you, hold a vision that you start attracting large sums of money and send that vision love. When holding visions for situations, create a vision of how you would like things to be and then send that vision love. Situations can sometimes take a little bit longer than relationship issues. The most powerful times to do this is just before sleep and when you first wake of a morning. This is because your brain is in a more hypnotic state during these times. I can guarantee if you use the technique consistently, it works every time, but you will need to train yourself to remember to use it. Depending upon the severity of the situation, you may need to keep up the practice of sending love for a few weeks until the issue completely disappears. A common mistake most people make is they start using it, find it works, and then they stop too soon and everything goes back to the way that it was. Most relationship issues can be resolved in a couple of weeks. Situations, on the other hand, are more hardwired into the brain, so you may need to do the practice consistently for a little longer. Consistency is the key. Sending love to people and situations is not a one-off technique, but a lifestyle. A lifestyle where every day you get the opportunity to create miracles and transform your life. From one of fear-based responses to one where love, success, happiness and fulfillment become everyday occurrences. To help create a better world, I would love you to experiment with the technique and share your experiences in the comments section below. To make the practice of sending love easier, I have created a free guided visualization on my sister YouTube channel, Jewel Fuller, The Enlightened Mind. I've left a link below in the description so that you can access the video. Don't forget to subscribe to that channel and be updated when future videos are released.